Hello everybody, and welcome to Baking Brownies with Ben. So, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to list off the ingredients and the materials needed for baking the perfect brownie. So first, what we got is our ingredients. I've been a chemistry student for 2 years, and I've only been introduced to baking in the last few weeks. And I think baking is really interesting. And it's kind of like knowing the chemistry behind baking. It's kind of like knowing the magic behind a magic trick. And I just think like behind the scenes stuff is the coolest thing in the world. We're gonna preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. I'll show the work right here. Alright, why we have to have the oven at only 350 degrees Fahrenheit is that we need to have a low oven temperature than normal pastries that go at least like 400 degrees Fahrenheit, because brownies, you really can't tell if they're being overcooked or overbaked or underbaked. And so you kind of want to prefer underbaked more than overbaked, because you don't want a stale, crusty brownie. That's, no thank you. And another reason is that we have the Maillard reaction. You can't really tell if it's browning if the brownie is already brown. So let's start by greasing and flouring our 8-inch square pan. Take softened butter. We're just going to grease the sides. This is where we don't want anything sticky to be sticking on the sides of our pan. And eventually floured as well is very important. Also, remember to wash your hands. Very important during these times. Shake it so it gets on. Okay, I think that's good. Alright, I'm going to set this aside for now. Next, we're going to need to melt some butter. We're going to melt a half a cup of butter or a full stick. Very easy to measure. We're going to melt it in our thick mixing bowl. We're going to put it on top of our stove. We're going to set it to low. We're going to set the stove top to low because we do not want to really melt the mixing bowl. We have our melted butter. We're going to add 1 cup of sugar. What the sugar does is it provides energy to all the proteins that we're going to add. Proteins in flour and eggs. We're going to mix the sugar very nicely into the butter. And the butter, what it does is that it makes the dough elastic. It provides the fats and the lipids that help the dough make the carbon dioxide bubbles as it is baking. And I'll explain to you how the carbon dioxide is produced. 2 eggs. That's 1. That's 2. And what the eggs are called emulsifiers. They are proteins that kind of help the water and the fats mix together. You ever see how water and oil never mix together? Well, this is what the eggs do, is that they mix the water and the fats together. One side of the protein connects to the fats, those lipids, and the other side of the protein connects to the glucose and all the simple sugars that are associated with the white sugar we just put in. So we'll mix that very nicely with a whisk. A teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay, so we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So what vanilla extract does is that it's associated with a process called seizing. And what seizing is that it enhances the flavor of the unsweetened cocoa powder. You know why it's unsweetened? Because this is why. Vanilla extract makes it sweet. This is where you get all of your chocolatey flavors. Vanilla extract is a very watery liquid. It is 35% alcohol, but that does not mean that it's basic. It's a pro chef tip for you right there. A 1/3 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. And This is where we get all of our chocolatey flavor associated with the vanilla extract as well. Look how chocolatey it is turning into a really nice brownie dough right here. We're gonna add 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, and the flour is pretty much the basic building block of all pastries. Flour just adds so much. It has starches, proteins, other fats that are included, and they all play such an amazing role. So what type of role the flour plays? It plays a lot of roles in elasticity. It's the basic structure and the compound of the dough. It accounts for the strength of the dough, its chewy texture. Make sure to mix very nicely, mix thoroughly with your whisk. So why are we using all-purpose flour? Why not any other kind of flour that's out in the supermarket right now? Well, all-purpose flour is a very versatile kind of flour, just said in the name, all-purpose. It can be used for many purposes. So what all-purpose flour has, it has a medium balance of starches and proteins, and that's really what is very important because the starches and the proteins are what makes up the basic structure. The starches and the proteins in the flour is what makes the basic structure of the brownie and the pastry that we're making. We're gonna add 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix. So what the salt does is that it modifies the flavor of the brownies. Most importantly does is strengthen the gluten that's within the flour in the brownies here. What we're doing is we're making the brownies more chewy and definitely much more enjoyable to eat. We're gonna add 1/4 tablespoon of baking powder. What baking powder does is that it's a leavening agent, and a lot of people say that baking powder and baking soda are basically the same thing. Well, in a certain point of view, they are right, but what the main difference between baking powder and baking soda is that baking powder and baking soda both have sodium bicarbonate, but baking powder has both sodium bicarbonate, which is the base, and sodium aluminum sulfate, which is an acid. And so this weak base and this weak acid make a nice little neutralization reaction that produces carbon dioxide, and that's what makes the bubbles that helps the pastry rise. So baking powder is basically an independent leavening agent. When you're using baking soda, you need something acidic like buttermilk or sour cream or something like that, and you need two things to make the carbon dioxide. Well, baking powder just does it for you. So we're gonna mix a little bit more. And now for the fun part. We are going to bake our brownies. Now I'm gonna put our batter into the nice little 8-inch square pan. We're gonna use a spatula and we're gonna try to spread it across the 8-inch pan as best as we can. Get a good shot of this. This is where everybody's mouths go watery because they all want the perfect brownie. Ah, caught me. Alright, now we're going to put our brownies into the oven. Okay, brownies are in the oven. We're going to bake it for 25 to 30 minutes. So let's start the stopwatch. Alright, now while we wait for our brownies to bake, we're going to be mixing the frosting. 3 tablespoons of softened butter. So we're going to add 3 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. That's 3. Add 1 tablespoon of honey. What you want to do first, we're going to spray it with cooking spray. We're gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 full cup of confectioner's sugar. A lot of sugar for today. I'm gonna mix with a wooden spoon or any other utensil is pretty good for mixing here. This may take a while, folks. Okay, so we're about 26 minutes now. I think it's time to take the brownies out. Let's take these brownies out. What makes these brownies so good is that they're nice and chewy, but they're not too chewy, and they're just a little bit grainy. Texture is overall very nice. It's not too dry, but it's not too wet either. And that is the perfect brownie. To really prove how amazing these brownies are, I'm going to give a piece to both my brothers. Here you go. Here you go. Bon appetit. Okay.